Welcome to Laura in a Minute, and today we're going to talk about author Mary J. Holmes. Now, she's not in my Laura collection actually, because I started collecting her before I'd gotten very far in collecting Laura. She was a best-selling author of the 19th century. Think of her along the lines of Daniel Steele, James Patterson, Tom Clancy, that kind of thing. Really, really well-known, lots and lots of books sold. In fact, you could even get a postcard of her house. A friend of mine online got me a picture of the house today. It's still mostly still there, although I don't think most people remember the name Mary J. Holmes. Now, why I was collecting her is because of this book, Homestead on the Hillside. It was one of my great-grandmother's favorite books, and it's where my grandmother's name comes from. If you haven't read any Mary J. Holmes, I would urge you to read this one first, because it will give you kind of a good flair for what her books are going to be, even if you just pick a couple of the short stories, because this is a collection of short stories. And it's a little different than what you're used to reading today. And before you dive into a whole novel, let's try a short story. But of course, the reason that Laura people know her is because of Millbank. This is the book they talk about on the Banks of Plum Creek. Ma reads it to the family a lot, so often that Laura has memorized the opening lines. And when she's trying to convince Ma she doesn't really have to go to school, she opens up the book and starts. Every window and shutter at Millbank was closed. Knots of crape were streaming from both of the bell knobs. So, check out Mary J. Holmes. It's amazing that she's completely disappeared off of our pop culture map, and I don't think she really deserves that. Give her a read, and look for my grandmother's name in Homestead on the Hillside. This has been Laura in a Minute.